This delicious egusi pepper soup is a staple meal where I come from, so I'm going to be teaching you how I make it. For every time my auntie cooked this soup, it was a hit back to back. For this soup, you're going to be needing egusi, some dried catfish, asa fish, and snails. By the way, I got my asa fish and my snails from my favorite plug, Asaba Snail Farm. You're also going to be needing some fresh periwinkles, some cow skin, some pepper soup spices, some habaneros and scotch bonnets, chopped onions, and crayfish. So just because I love obstacles in my soup, I'm going to be adding some panla and fresh shrimps. We're also going to be needing some crayfish powder, oyayak, beletete, and salt and seasoning to taste. Now, if you want a rich egusi pepper soup, the first and most important step is to toast your egusi. It gives this rich and distinct taste to my egusi pepper soup, but it's totally optional. You can skip it if you want. So to start my soup, I'm going to put my snail in the pot, season it, and allow it to cook. Now, just take a look at the freshness of that snail. You too can enjoy it. All you need to do is to call or WhatsApp the number on your screen and place your order. So because I'm extra, I added some croaker fish to my soup. My cow skin, covered and allowed it to cook for some minutes. So at this point, my toasted egusi had cooled down, so I tossed it in my blender, added my pepper, my crayfish, some water, and blended it. So I added a little uziza seed. Yes, I said a little. Now there's something uziza seed just does to my egusi, and I don't know how to explain it. So now that I've built some flavors in my stock, it was time to take out the croaker fish. We don't want it to break. So next I went in with my cooked beef and a little beef stock. You see this soup, you can use whatever protein you want. If you want to use all the animals in the forest, please do you. So I added some more water to my soup and went in with my asa fish, my dried catfish, and my panla fish. At this point, my obstacles were too much, so I had to switch pots so we don't have spillovers. So after that, I went in with my crayfish powder, pepper soup spices, fish seasoning cubes, stirred that, and allowed it to cook. Now it was time to go in with our blended egusi. I just poured everything into the pot, added my fresh shrimps, covered, and allowed it to cook. So this is my oyayak. What I do is I usually roast it for a minute or two before throwing it into my soup. There's just something about roasted things. It just hits different. Now you're just going to be generous with that periwinkle. You're just going to pour all of that into your soup and let it sit. Now the last thing you want to add is your beletete. Cover your soup and allow it to boil. While that is boiling, I was seriously making my stash on the side because I couldn't wait to dig in. Now remember that egusi pepper soup can never be complete if you don't serve it in this area, which is the native clay pot in my dialect. You see this soup? It had all the flavors and spices you could ever ask for. At this point, I couldn't wait to take pictures of my soup. I just went right in and I was digging. This soup tasted so good and reminded me everything about home. Please don't forget to like, follow, share, leave a comment, and let me know if you'll be trying out this recipe. Bye. Thank you for watching.